All right, guys. Let's not delay too much longer. I want to go ahead and dive on into some technical analysis. How is everyone doing today, guys? Bitcoin started moving during the recording of this morning's video, and it rallied all the way to 10.4 just today. Just in the last several hours, Bitcoin has been looking relatively bullish. Over the last few minutes, Bitcoin, in fact, is not looking very bullish, so we might wait off on some of the technical analysis we were going to do to see what this says first. But guys, there's a lot of interesting things happening on the Bitcoin market. It looks like we may have put a bottom in. I want to show you guys a technical indicator that is confirming a bullish breakout and a new bullish rally. We only see this indicator very, very infrequently, but when we do see it, guys, it almost invariably does indicate that we are about to go into a new uptrend. I'm going to be showing you guys what that is here in a little while. I just want to go ahead and catch up on chat and ask you guys how you are doing. Have you made some money longing today? Are you shorting this market? Let's get a conversation going on in the comment section. I was going to say description, and then I changed to comment section. Let's do some in the chat. Hello from not so sunny today, Florida. Hello from Florida as well, Frank C. I'm in Florida, and boo-hoo-hooing about the fact that Dorian doesn't look like it's going to come over me. I was kind of looking forward to a bunch of rain and getting to sit in my house and not doing anything for 2 days, but, you know, that's my entire life anyway, so no problem. Anyway, Snoozing99 says, hit that like button, guys. Surprise Jeb. That is a good idea. I like the way you think, guys. Go ahead and smash those likes if you're looking forward to the stream. I think that we have a lot of good content for you today. We're probably going to go for about an hour and a half until about 9 o'clock Eastern time here tonight. We can get a lot of stuff covered. We can get a lot of questions answered. How are you guys doing? Hello from Chicago, Merrick says. Doing great, Dan says. Good job. Hey, Delilah. Finesse says, I'm shorting. All right. Merrick says it will be a live stream. Yes, this is a live stream. It is not a premiere. Let's go ahead and see what Bitcoin is doing here. It just rallied $40 in the last couple of minutes. Interesting. Hello from Chicago. Yes, hello, Freak. Or, excuse me, Marie. Oh, guys, September 20th is coming up with the raid on Area 51. I'm going to be out there. Are any of you guys going to be? You might see me out there. I'm going to be recording a video for a new project, and that's when you guys are going to be getting your face reveal, although it won't be on this channel. You guys are going to have to go check out the new channel we're starting. Nothing's going to happen to this channel, of course. Everything's going to continue going the way it is here. But I have some projects going on behind the scenes that I'm very much looking forward to. If any of you guys are going to be in the Area 51 area on the 20th, then maybe we can meet up. Hello from Chicago again. Hello from the UK. Hey, John. New says amazing. All right, guys, go ahead and smash those likes, and let's see if we can go ahead and dive on into some technical analysis. I'm going to just rattle off some stuff that I've been wanting to talk about here. One thing that I have mentioned, and that I'm going to say again, is the MACD on the daily chart. If we come out to the daily chart, we're going to see that Bitcoin's MACD looks like, especially with today's price action, that we're going to cross bearish in exactly 31 minutes from now. When the daily candlestick closes, a new one will obviously open, and when that happens, we're going to see an update on the daily MACD, which means we are almost invariably, just about no matter what happens, going to see a bullish cross on the daily MACD chart within the next 35 minutes. And when that happens, guys, it's going to be very bullish, because the main focus of today's live stream is going to be on this and this mainly. We're going to be talking about a lot of other things, but I want to bring this up primarily. Guys, check out what happens when MACD crosses bullish. Just about every time it crosses bullish on the daily chart, we see a rally. We saw it happen right down here on the 1st of August. We saw a rally. Happened right over here about halfway through June. We saw a bullish cross on the MACD, and the rally started. Guys, if you look back on history here on Bitcoin, you're going to find this happens over and over and over again. Right here, we saw a bullish cross, rally. Bullish cross, rally. Bullish cross, rally. Almost every time that Bitcoin gets a bullish cross, and Bitcoin has reasonably bottomed out, and I think it has right now. If we look on the weekly chart, we didn't get all the way down to my price target, but we got pretty dang close. Bitcoin pulled all the way back down here to around $9,300. That's almost close to being a touch on the 20 EMA. I think we're looking pretty there. Guys, we're about to see another bullish cross in the MACD, but guess what? It's not just that, because there's actually another technical indicator that I just updated the video for in CT2A today. If you guys are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you will know about Heikin Ashi. And it's not something I talk about on the channel very often, because I kind of like to reserve some things for the course. If you're interested, there is a link and a coupon code down there for that. But if you look at Heikin Ashi here on daily chart for on daily chart for Bitcoin, you can see that we have turned green. But guys, Heikin Ashi is very good. If you don't know what Heikin Ashi is, essentially it's a recalculation of the way candlesticks are shown to help with finding rallies, finding the strength of those rallies, and finding the trend reversals. And you still get some fake outs like we saw right here. We saw some green. In general, Bitcoin's been in a downtrend for a while. The reason why I'm excited, and the main reason that we're doing this live stream even, is because we're about to see a bullish cross on the MACD, as we can see down here, and we're green on the Heikin Ashi. Sometimes you'll go green on the Heikin Ashi, and that doesn't mean you're going into a new uptrend, and sometimes you'll go bullish on the MACD, but that doesn't mean you're going into a new uptrend. But guys, you can cancel out just about all false signals if you use these two indicators together. You use the MACD, you use the Heikin Ashi. When those two collaborate, you almost always get a good signal. Right now, we're about to see a bullish cross on the MACD, and we've just turned green. The last time we saw that was back over here on August the 1st. We turned green, bullish cross on MACD. Over here, turned green 3 days later, confirmation and bullish cross on the MACD. We can keep looking here, guys. If we look back even over here, bullish cross and green at the same time. This happens so much in the history of Bitcoin. It's a very, very, very strong indicator of when a new rally is starting, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. So I'm very happy to see this. That's something that we're going to be touching on quite a lot in this video. There's some other TA I want to get into, but also want to go ahead and see what's going on in chat since I've been talking for a little while. Super Civilian says, "What's up, Jeb, from New Brunswick, Canada?" Hello to New Brunswick, Canada. I want to go up to British Columbia because it's absolutely beautiful out there. I've never been to Canada. I've never been to. I take that back. I can't say that on YouTube. Hello, Jeb. Longing Bitcoin, some good gains today. I haven't been trading a whole lot today. I've mostly been working today. But yeah, I definitely, this is one of those days that really annoys me because I saw a trading opportunity and I knew it was going to be profitable and I didn't take it. With this morning when I saw Bitcoin breaking out of this uptrend right here, when Bitcoin was doing this, I knew that this was a good trading opportunity. I mean, guys, let's look at this real quick. Let's do some short-term TA on this to show you how I screwed up. Let's look at here at the 15-minute chart. Bitcoin had an uptrend of resistance right here, right about there. And what you saw, guys, this morning is a textbook bullish breakout. Bitcoin broke bullish, came down, tested support on the level of resistance, converting it into support, bounced and rallied. Easy, easy, easy trade, guys. I missed it, unfortunately. I would have made that trade if I were paying more attention and if I had just, done it, but unfortunately, I did not. So, guys, one thing that you can always do, and always remember to do this because this is really important, if you miss an opportunity to make a trade, that's not the end of the world. Just look back on it and use the benefit of hindsight to learn as much as you can, and then when that trading opportunity inevitably comes around again, you won't make the same mistake twice, hopefully. It's fine to make a mistake once. Try your hardest not to make it twice, though, especially 3 times. Anyway, let's see. Edward Park says, "Hi, Jeb." Hello, Edward. Nathan Julian says, "Hi, hello." JDH, yeah, man, that's exactly where I got in. Okay, good. Looks like somebody made the trade I was talking about. New said, "What price should I long at now?" Just a good opinion. That's a good question. I want to look here at the minute chart to try and answer that. Right now, I feel like Bitcoin's really in a bull flag. This doesn't necessarily mean Bitcoin's going to break bullish here. We could easily Bart Simpson down out of this. That is slightly the wrong color. I'm surprised my colorblind self caught that. But Bitcoin does look like it's in a bit of a bull flag right now. As you can see, we can draw our trends right there. And if you guys are in the course, you will know the way bull flags and bull pennants work is that Bitcoin will run into them, and this is typically going to show up about halfway through the trend, so then we can use this as a price target to see how far Bitcoin should run, which should be about $11,000. And frankly, 11K is a pretty reasonable price target. Now, with that said, just because you're in a bull flag does not mean it's going to break bullish, but you can use it to try and find a level that you should start to long at. And a level that I would be looking to long at right now is like $10,500. If we get above this triple top that we've set in motion, I may personally put a long in here, although I probably won't because, one, Bitcoin's in a bit of a downtrend over the last hour. I'm not really happy with the way this is looking, to be totally honest, and also because if Bitcoin does break this, it's probably going to do a lot of that movement overnight, and I'm not really interested in having a trade open that I'm doing my TA on the minute chart open overnight. I don't like doing that because I don't like having to have stop losses be triggered. I like to do it manually. With that said, guys, I'm going to tell you what my gut's telling me. I feel kind of bullish on Bitcoin right now, but as far as the very short term, we're on the minute chart here. I'm not feeling great on Bitcoin. I'm not liking the way this is looking right here, and honestly, I've got a weird feeling this is going to break bearish in the next 20, 30 minutes, next hour or so. We'll see what happens. If Bitcoin can put a bounce in here, that'd be good. I'd prefer to see that, but this is just, I don't know what it is about this, but that just doesn't feel right. Anyway, Doomsday Man says, "Jeb, change MACD settings to 616. I will look at that in a second. I don't really change it from 1226 very often because it works so well and it's the standard. And of course, if you guys are in CT2A, you will know that one of the most important things for finding a proper technical indicator is how many people use it. And I think people forget that a lot when they're looking for technical indicators, but that is very important. And I don't know of how many people use those settings, but I'll look at that in a second. Satoshi Nakafomo, that's a dude, that is a great name. Satoshi Nakafomo. Okay. Hello, everyone. First time here. Hello, my friend. Guys, if you are new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's that little red button down below. I promise you I won't take any of your Bitcoin if you hit that little red subscribe button. We do daily cryptocurrency technical analysis. We do daily cryptocurrency news updates. And I'm going to try to stick to at least 2 to 3 live streams a week, which seems much more sustainable than one every single day as we were doing for a little while. If you do subscribe to the channel, by the way, your name's going to pop up somewhere right around here on screen, and we will go ahead and give you a shout out here on stream. So make sure you do that if you are new. Another thing I want to point out was these 3 red candlesticks in a row up here on the hourly chart. Again, guys, this isn't necessarily indicative that we're going to see some kind of crash, but it doesn't look great. It also, by the way, does look like a bull flag, one that's trending downward, that it could break bullish. This is just this is one of those situations where on a technical standpoint, it should break bullish, but there's something going on with this. There's something with the way this chart looks that I just don't really feel very comfortable with. And guys, one of the most important things in your technical analysis, one of the most important things in your trading is that you're comfortable with the trade you're making. So if you don't feel comfortable with the trade, don't make it. Even if all the technical analysis is telling you that you should make it, if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't make it. Right now, guys, the technical analysis, you know what it's telling me? It's telling me that I should wait for this to come up to around here, buy in, and then wait for it to break bullish above this bull flag. I'm probably not going to do that, one, because I'm going to be asleep in 2.5 hours, and I don't like sleeping on trades, but also because I just have a weird feeling about it. If you got a weird feeling, especially if you're a more advanced trader and investor and more advanced technical analyst like I am, listen to your gut. It will save you. It's a very important. It's a very, very important resource. Satoshi Nakafomo said, "Just subscribe. Need to keep my Bitcoin." Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not saying I'm gonna take your Bitcoin if you don't subscribe. I'm just saying it'll be safer if you do. So welcome to the channel, my friend. Also, Cesar Kurd has subscribed to the channel, so welcome to the channel, my friend. Satoshi Nakafomo, I didn't see your name pop up on screen. Sometimes it doesn't do that. I don't really know why it doesn't, but there's your shout out anyway. Welcome to the channel, my friend. I hope you are enjoying the live stream, and I hope you do enjoy the content. Matt Wonder says, Jebediah. Yeah, a lot of people wonder whether or not my name is Jebediah, and it's not, actually. My name is a combination of my first and middle name. In case you're wondering, Jeb is not a screen name. That's the name all my friends call me as well. It's not my legal name, but it is my name. I don't believe we'll have a major pullback. I don't really feel like we're going to have a major pullback, but I do feel... I don't know. I feel that Bitcoin's about to break bearish here. You know, it's just a gut feeling, but sometimes those gut feelings are the best ones. Sometimes those gut feelings are the most powerful. I think part of it's just that we've been in this downtrend here. Bitcoin's been testing this twice. As you can see, all this price action is on this side, not on this side. We've been getting closer and closer to the downtrend. It's just kind of the shape of the market is making me feel a little uneasy. Back over here, I would have been feeling more bullish because Bitcoin was mostly trading up to and against the level of resistance. But this last hour or so, Bitcoin's been trending down. It doesn't feel right. It looks like we might be about to bar. Super Civilian, hey Jeb, what's your thoughts on Bakkt? I am extremely excited for Bakkt, guys. As you know, I've talked about Bakkt a lot here on the channel, and honestly, I think it's probably the biggest development as far as fundamentals are concerned for Bitcoin of the entire year. I remember when the news broke in August of last year that Bakkt was coming. Back then, the launch date was in December of 2018. That didn't happen, but that was probably one of the biggest news stories back then. Today, when Bakkt does launch, honestly, it'll probably have a bit of a bearish impact on the market, and the reason I say that is because of the whole buy the rumor, sell the news concept. The day that I remember I was live streaming on this actually, when Bakkt was actually announced, it resulted in a big rally for Bitcoin. I'm on the wrong chart. No wonder I don't have all my TA up. If we look over here, this vertical line right here, you see this right here, the 16th of August, that's when Bakkt announced its final launch date. And Bitcoin rallied like 5% within half an hour of that news coming out. When it launches, it's probably either not going to do a whole lot to the market, or it's probably going to have a little bit of a bearish impact, actually, because a lot of people are going to be selling the news. I think that's going to depend entirely on whether Bitcoin's at a high or a low. If Bitcoin's already at a very low, very close to a bottom, down around like 9K when it does eventually launch, it might be a bullish thing, and people will take that as bullish sentiment and start buying up the market because Bakkt is launched. But if Bitcoin is already maybe up here around $11,000, $12,000 by then, probably wouldn't be that high. But if Bitcoin's already rallied quite a bit, then it's probably going to result in some sell-side action. So that's my opinion on it. I'm very happy with Bakkt. I think in the long term, it's going to be a very, and I do mean very bullish fundamental for Bitcoin, but at the same time, for the short term, I think it's really going to depend on where the market is as to what it does. McLovin, the Irish R&B singer, very old name. Welcome to the live stream. Says, what's up, Jeff? Nothing, excuse me. I know what's up. The sky, the ceiling. How you feeling? There we go. Got to be slick for the camera. The sky, the ceiling. How you feeling? Let's see here. And Dude James says, I doubt Bakkt will go live on the 23rd. It very well may not go live on the 23rd. They've pushed that off a lot in past. Honestly, they don't have a whole lot of reason for it not to go live on the 23rd anymore. One of the main reasons why it kept getting pushed off was not because of anything internal. It's because they didn't have approval by the CFTC yet, and they also didn't have. There's a certain thing they have to have from the New York State, from the state of New York is what I'm trying to say, and they have that now. I forget exactly what it is. It has something to do with custody, with their custodianship. They have that now. So they have everything they need. They have all the approval they need. Basically, it's just them getting up and running. And they've been ready to go for quite a long time. So I really do think I do think it'll go live on the 23rd. If not, maybe up to a month delay. I definitely think it's going to go this year. I think it's definitely going to go live this year. Xia Yufang says, Xia Yufang, I think I said that right. Hey, Jeb, what do you think about quantum computing? I think quantum computing is, even though I was going into astrophysics for like 7 years, is a little bit beyond my realm of expertise. And by a little bit, I mean a whole lot. But as far as quantum computing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I think I know the reason you're asking that question. It probably has to do with mining. Quantum computing, we can get into quantum computing later on if you want. I know enough about it to have a conversation on it. Quantum computing as a threat to Bitcoin and blockchain is probably at least a decade off. There are quantum computers out there, but they're highly experimental. As far as I know, there are no commercial quantum computers. I may be wrong on that. Feel free to fact check me on that. But as far as I know right now, there are none. And also, there's a lot of issues with being able to contain qubits and being able to make sure that everything's stable. I mean, quantum computers have to be cooled quite a lot because you're working with literally single subatomic particles as your processors. Or as the foundation for the computer, rather, not as processors. We're probably at least a decade out from that being a threat to Bitcoin as far as mining is concerned. And also you have to keep in mind there are other cryptocurrencies, should something happen to Bitcoin, like Ethereum, that mining power just doesn't really matter. Ethereum has been moving to, for a while, a proof-of-stake system. There are a lot of other currencies like that as well. And also keep in mind, Bitcoin is flexible, so if the difficulty has to rise to allow for quantum computing to be... to stop quantum computing from being able to perform a 51% attack, that's something that can happen. The network is designed to be able to adapt to that. And also, if you have a certain amount of the miners agree to something, there can be an update to the network should we need it. So keep all of that in mind. Quantum computing is a threat to cryptocurrency, but I also think it's one that could very easily be overcome with the tools we have, and also, as someone just said, it's probably not a threat for at least 5 years. Dan K says, Crypto Jeb, if you don't feel comfortable, don't make the trade. Well, the whole point about TA is removing the emotional aspect and trading solely on TA profit long term over time. Yes, you're right, and that's where the whole gut feeling thing comes in. I want to make this very clear. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's if you're confused on that, then I think a lot of other people are going to be also. In CT2A, Jeb, it's about breaking keys too. Well, you're right about that. I didn't touch on that, but you're right. That is an issue as well. We can move to, if something crazy happens, SHA-256 might have to be updated as well, and Bitcoin might have to have a hard fork, whatever. We can get into that later. As far as the trading on emotion thing, gut feeling and emotion are two very separate things. I'm not saying if you feel scared, sell, and if you feel good, buy. I'm saying if you're not comfortable with the trade, then don't make the trade. There's something that I always, when I'm teaching, I call gut feeling. You can call it instinct. You can call it whatever you want. But the point is, that feeling that you have in your gut, that's very important. I'm not talking about what's happening in your brain and in your heart. I'm telling you about what's happening in your gut. Your gut feeling is a very important part of your trading, because having a feeling about what the market's going to do, you know what that is? That's your instinct talking to you. We are the only creatures on this planet that actually use higher order thinking to do the vast majority of what we do. Most other animals mainly rely on instinct. And yes, humans have gone much farther than animals have as far as technology is concerned, but as far as surviving and doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, like trading, based on a similar set of data, like candlestick charts, instinct is a very, very important part of the way that you actually go about trading and the way that animals hunt. It's a very important part of how we interact with the world. There's a reason why computers that are trying to learn things like cryptocurrency trading and AIs if you look at the way they're coded, they're basically running off of instinct. They're being fed data, and then they're using that data to try and predict what's going to happen next. And then after they make that prediction, then they make a trade. And that's the same thing that happens with your gut. You're training your gut in the same way you train an artificial intelligence. So I'm not saying to trade off your emotion. I'm saying to train off of your gut and your instinct. Two very separate things. They sound similar, but they are very, very different. Thank you, Jackie, for not barking anymore. I thought I was going to have to pause the live stream to go and get you. She just walked into my room with her tail between her legs. Let's see here. We did just have a new subscriber, so let's go ahead and give a shout out there. Kitaba Balani has subscribed to the channel. I think I got that, and I'm very happy about it. Tell me if I pronounced that correctly. Guys, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. We do daily cryptocurrency technical analysis and daily cryptocurrency news updates. So if you're interested in that, check out the subscribe button. Like I said, I may have to take your Bitcoin if you don't subscribe to the channel. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to do that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know, I want us to be friends, okay? I want us to be friends. I don't want to do you like that. Also, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, smash those likes. It does help out the channel, and it does help out the live stream. Bobby Marlowe 787, can you please explain those futures gap back in the chart and why they are maybe going to be filled? Absolutely. Yeah, let's go out to the daily chart. And if you guys don't know how to get the futures chart, type in BTC1 exclamation mark, and it'll bring you to the CME futures. You hit this, and there you go. We have CME futures here on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And the gap that everybody's talking about is this one right here. I talked about this in a recent video that I was updating for CT2A about what a gap is. We were updating the how to read candlestick charts video. And this gap is really interesting because if you look at stock market charts, or you look at gold charts or precious metal markets, or just about any chart other than cryptocurrency that has a lot of gaps in it, Bitcoin typically doesn't because these are 24/7 markets, you will find that pretty much all the time, pretty much every single time, a gap is going to be filled. And as you guys can see here, Bitcoin has a gap in between $8,400 and right around $9,000 actually, that is yet to be filled. And basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, filled, it just means that the market comes down in front of it. As we can see over here, we had a gap right here, and this wick came down and filled it. That's what we're talking about when we say filled. Most of the time in traditional markets, a gap is going to be filled. Now, I've expressed my opinion on this many times here on the live streams. I don't think I've talked about it in a video, but I'll go ahead and tell you. As far as I'm concerned, gaps are not as important on cryptocurrency markets as they are on stock markets. And the reason for that has to do with what constitutes a valid technical indicator and what constitutes a winning technical indicator and winning chart formation. We just did a video on this in CT2A. Go check that out if you're in CT2A. It's a brand new video. It's not an updated video. It's a new one. I'm very happy with it. And in that video, I talk about two main things that constitute a winning technical indicator or a winning chart formation. How many people use that technical indicator? Okay. How many people use the technical indicator? And what does the history of that technical indicator look like? Same thing for a pattern. How many people look at that pattern, and how useful has that pattern been in the past for predicting things? Well, guys, there's not a whole lot of people looking at gaps on cryptocurrency markets compared to stock markets. On stock markets, it's a very fundamental part of technical analysis. Gaps are. In cryptocurrency markets, since the vast majority of charts on cryptocurrency are 24/7 charts and there's no gaps, they're not looked at as much. Even though it has a lot of attention on YouTube, you have to realize that the vast majority of people trading Bitcoin don't watch crypto YouTube. It's a very small portion of the niche that is here on YouTube. So not a whole lot of people even know about this, which means not a whole lot of people are making trades based off of it, which means that the potential for bearish sentiment that could drive Bitcoin down to $8,400 to fill this is not very strong in my opinion. Now that's my take on it. Tell me yours. I don't necessarily think that we need to fill this, although I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin went down to $8,000 for a completely different reason, and that's because Bitcoin may need to flush some more bears out. We're going to see what happens here over the next couple of hours and on into the next couple of days to see if we actually need to do that. I'm not necessarily convinced we do. So that's my take on gaps. Normally in traditional finance markets, you will see them filled. In cryptocurrency markets, I don't think they're as important. Oscar Cortez says, great content. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. Chris Parsons also saying nice things. I appreciate it, guys. We do a whole lot of work here at the channel, and it's I'm happy to see that you guys are getting value out of it, so thank you for that. Bobby Marlowe says, thanks for that explanation. I'm still pretty new to the channel, but already like it a lot. Keep up that good work. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Super Civilian says we don't need to fill it. I really don't think we do. If we fill it, it would be... The thing is, if we do go down and fill it, it's just kind of going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and everybody who said, oh, we're going to fill it, okay, well, it got filled. But it may not have been that we needed to fill the gap that drove us down there. It may have just been Bitcoin wanting to retrace to $8,000 that drove us down there. Eddie says, I'm new too, Jeb. What do you think Bakkt will do for other cryptos beside Bitcoin? Eddie, that's a great question, and welcome to the channel. And what I would personally say with Bakkt launching is that it's going to have an underlying fundamental bullish sentiment change for Bitcoin. It's going to cause Bitcoin to rally a lot more and for crashes to be a little less severe. Now, it's probably not going to be a very strong change. If we were to gamify this and use a game term, maybe it's like a 10% modifier to bullishness and a 10% negative modifier to bearishness that helps push Bitcoin up. I don't think it's going to be like, it's not going to be absolutely revolutionary or anything, but it is going to be important for Bitcoin. With that said, as far as altcoins are concerned, as far as I'm aware, Bakkt is starting with only Bitcoin futures trading, and they may expand in the future. So it's probably not going to have a big impact on altcoins, other than it may drive even more interest to Bitcoin and reduce total market dominance for the altcoins, which is already pretty low. If I bring up CoinMarketCap on my other screen here, drag it over, Bitcoin's up 6% today and has exactly a 70% Bitcoin market dominance here on CoinMarketCap. If you factor in volume with something called volume-weighted market dominance, then this is actually closer to 85%. Point being, Bitcoin has a vast majority of the market dominance right now, and altcoins are really falling by the wayside. Now, a year from now, when a lot of the fundamentals have kicked back up, the whole cryptocurrency engine is roaring to life, because honestly, this bull market is confirmed on a technical level, but as far as the fundamentals are concerned, it still really hasn't even kicked off yet. I think we can agree on that. After that happens, then the altcoins are going to do well. For the next 6 months or so, I'm betting the farm on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to do the best of all cryptocurrencies, and I think the altcoins are going to fall by the wayside a little bit. That's personally my take on it. Prasanth let's see, I want to get this right. Prasanth, I got that. Narendra, welcome to the channel. It says, new here, buddy. What do you think about the altcoins? Well, it's good you asked that because I just answered it. That's what I think. I personally think that the altcoins, like I said, the altcoins really just don't interest me right now. Frankly, Bitcoin is the one driving the charge. Altcoins, if you look back on the history of Bitcoin, they tend to follow Bitcoin but be a little bit delayed. If we look at the all-time high for Bitcoin, for example, the all-time high on Bitcoin is $20,000 on the 17th of December 2017. If we look at Ethereum's all-time high, it is January 14th, 2018, a full month later. Bitcoin was already well into its bear market when Ethereum hit all-time high. Bitcoin was trading right here, right there. I mean, close to $10,000, guys. That's a big move. Right here. We were all the way down here, guys, when Ethereum hit all-time high, because the altcoins typically lag behind. Right now, the altcoins aren't lagging like a month behind. They're lagging more like 3, 4, 5, 6 months behind. Point is, traditionally, altcoins, excuse me, I got the burps, are going to lag behind. Dante says, in my personal opinion, yeah, you're probably making fun of my terminology. Hey, guys, I don't appreciate that. It's kind of hard to talk 500 words a second and make sure I don't repeat myself. El Villa says, Jeb may be part of it. Lol, just kidding, guys. Jeb is the best. 40-year-olds with ball with mustache, living in the space coast, waving at Dorian. Yeah, I live in Florida, El Villa. If you live on the Space Coast, if you live on that part, like close to Cape Canaveral, I live like 40 miles west of you. Yeah, I'm watching Dorian also. It's not, what it's doing right now, guys, it really sucks. It's just sitting down there hammering the Bahamas. You know, it sat out there in the Atlantic and got real pissed off and started acting like it was going to mess with Florida. And then it just decided, no, actually, I hate the Bahamas. We're just going to sit on top of the Bahamas. And heart goes out to them, guys. That's really rough. If you guys have any friends, family in the Bahamas, they're going to need your help over these next couple of months. Maybe we'll do a charity live stream after Dorian's passed. You know what? Let's do that. The next live stream is going to be a charity live stream for Dorian. I'll find some charity that I like for reconstruction with Dorian, and I might make a video on the new channel I'm making for Dorian as well. Let's see here. You have thousands writing on. Oh, you were talking about altcoins will pumping in October. We'll see. I'm not totally convinced. El Villa, I am glad to hear that you're part of the mustache gang, by the way. I'm loving my facial hair. I've had facial hair for I don't even know, actually. But I do like my beard. I just bought some stuff from some website for my beard. That's what storms do. They move slow as hell. Yeah, well, this one's moving at 1 mile an hour right now. They normally move at like 10 or 15, 20 miles an hour and kind of get in and get out. You know, they have their whole pull-out game and everything. But right now, it's just sitting on top of the Bahamas and just smashing them. It really sucks. I'm watching from England. Yeah, okay, Chris Parsons. Yeah, you go sit over there. Yeah. I got you. It's in the physics of a top, yeah. Think of a top spinning super fast and stands up straight. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, guys, before I go ahead and dive on into some more technical analysis, because some more people have just joined recently, there are some things I want to talk about. First, I want to ask your opinions on the market. What do you guys personally think is going on? And also, are there any topics you would like for me to cover before I dive back into the main point of this live stream? I would love to hear your questions in the chat. Super Civilian coming in clutch, asking me, Bitcoin $15,000 by December, your thoughts on that, Jeb? I'll go ahead and tell you very briefly, and then I'll give you the longer explanation. If Bitcoin gets above this downtrend of resistance right here, totally, fully expect it. 15K by December, try 20 maybe. If Bitcoin can get above this downtrend, I fully expect we'll be back to 14,000, 13,000, 15,000. I said that out of order, but who cares? Numbers are for nerds. Bitcoin could very easily be between $13,000 and $15,000 by the end of the year if Bitcoin does manage to break this downtrend. That being said, that's a very big if. We need to see Bitcoin get up here first, and then we need to see Bitcoin break it. We've been trying to do that for 2.5 months. If we can do it easily, 15K by the end of the year, I think that's very much in the cards. If we can't, we'll see what happens. As far as a slightly longer explanation of that, Bitcoin has started to rally a little bit more over the last couple of days, and if we if we see a bullish cross on Bitcoin in 3 minutes, like I think we're going to, I don't think you talk volume enough, Jeb. You're right, Jobo. I want to look at that in a little bit. But right now, I want to talk about this. With what we're about to see happen here, with this bullish cross on the daily MACD chart, I mean, guys, this is going to happen in 3 minutes. We have, let's see, you can see down here on my screen, it's being covered up by chat, so you might not be able to see it. But behind part of the chat, right here, it says that it is 1957 military time and 41 seconds right now. That means in almost exactly 2 minutes, we're going to have a daily candlestick close on the chart. We're going to see a new one open, and when that happens, this MACD is going to most likely cross bullish. When that happens, guys, that is going to be a very, very powerful technical indicator. It's going to be a very powerful pattern, because as I mentioned earlier on in this video, the pattern that I'm looking at right now, the one that is calling a rally that is almost always correct, is this. When Bitcoin moves into a new uptrend, it turns green on the Heikin Ashi. Now, sometimes you have fake outs like we had right here or like we had right here, but guess what's not consistent with these fake outs? You don't see a bullish cross on the MACD with the fake outs. So Heikin Ashi is very good at weeding out fake outs, but guess what? It still has some flaws. But if you incorporate another method of weeding out fake outs on top of that, then you have an almost perfect predictor of when a new market, or when the market is moving into a new uptrend. This is a good example of that. We can see right here, guys, that Bitcoin has turned green, and we're about to see a bullish cross on the MACD. Now, we may not see the bullish cross on the MACD on the Heikin Ashi chart today, but we're most certainly going to see one on, or not most certainly, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see one on the normal candlestick charts in about exactly a minute. So we're going to see what happens with that. I'm going to zoom back into the minute chart, and we'll watch ourselves go through the daily change. But Bitcoin's pretty much... Let me mute my phone, guys. I do apologize. My app is going off. Bitcoin's very likely going to be seeing a bullish cross on the MACD, which would drive Bitcoin higher. Like I said, we'll touch on that a little bit more in a minute. I'm going to zoom out to the daily chart, look here at the MACD, and read chat while the next 40 seconds pass, and we have this daily close. We did just have a donation, by the way. I want to give a shout-out to Todd Mullis. Donated $1.99 through Super Chat. I almost said Super Chat. Super Chat. Donate $1.99 through Super Chat. Thank you so much for the donation. He asked, will Bakkt shorts possibly push Bitcoin down at launch? That's an interesting question, because Bakkt is a futures market. And, you know, the thing is, people say that futures cause crashes. If you look at Bitcoin, if you look at where CME futures launched, because this isn't the first futures contracts that are launching for Bitcoin. If you look over here, right here is where CME futures launched, right at the beginning of the bear market. And guys, a lot of people say that CME futures caused the Bitcoin bear market. They didn't. It was just kind of, it happened at the same time. I'll get to that here in just a second. I will come back to that. But like I said, guys, I told you we were about to see a bullish cross on the MACD. We've just seen it 14 seconds ago. We saw a bullish cross on the MACD because we saw the new daily candlestick open. We saw the new daily candlestick open, and we saw a new candlestick happen right here, come into effect, and now we've seen a bullish cross on the MACD. This is very important. This is one of the reasons I wanted to live stream tonight, because I knew this was going to happen. That's why I started live streaming half an hour ago, because I knew this was going to happen. If we look here at the minute chart, we already see a little bit of bullishness. May or may not be because of this. But the reason this is so important, guys, is because check out what happens. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Smash the likes. No, but I've said this a few times before, but I'm going to say it again. Check out what happens when Bitcoin has a bullish cross. We see that Bitcoin moves into a new rally. Right here, we moved into a new rally following the bullish cross. Right over here, we did 2. Right over here, we did 3. Right over there, we did 4. But guys, it's not just that. If we look at our Heikin Ashi, we can weed out false signals on both of these, and we can see that Bitcoin rallies whenever there's a bullish cross on the MACD and Heikin Ashi is green. Guess what? Bitcoin, let's see, a minute and 14 seconds ago had a bullish cross on the daily MACD chart, and we just had a gigantic green candlestick happen on Heikin Ashi. Guys, why did I do this live stream tonight? It's because I knew this was going to happen. Guess what's going on the short-term time frames? Let's check this out. Look at this. Bitcoin is rallying. Let's switch back to our candlestick charts. I know what I'm doing. Back to the 1-minute chart. Bitcoin is rallying, probably because of what we're talking about here. Guys, this is a big deal. There's a reason why I cover the things I cover in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. There's a reason I talk about the things here on the channel, because typically they mean something. This is a big deal. Bitcoin has just had a bullish cross on the MACD. Bitcoin's just closed a daily candlestick. Bitcoin has just seen even more bullishness come out of the Heikin Ashi. We're probably going to see Bitcoin move to the upside from here. At least that's what the technicals are saying. Bitcoin doesn't always necessarily have to follow the technicals. Normally it will, though. Let's go ahead and see what is going on in the chat. CME launches a week later, Bitcoin dropped. CME launched at the top of a bull market that was already overextended and was overdue for a bear market. So I really don't think it caused that. I think it was corollary, not causal. Day Trader for Life has a really funny joke. He says, big time garbage TA analysis from this unreliable scam dude that working for the whales. Well, the only thing that's true about that is that I do work for the whales, guys. I actually have an overlord named Orca, and I work for him. And what I do every day is I come into work, and he tells me, Jeb, I need you to sell the market at this time. And I'm like, but I might lose money. And he says, I don't care. I need you to sell at this time because all of my minions are selling at this time. We're going to crash the market, and I'm going to short it, and I'm going to make so much money. And I say, but no, my whale overlord. No, my whale that I work for. No, I will lose money if I do that. And then, you know what I do? I do it anyway because I'm an obedient whale employee. That's what I am. I'm so upset that you busted me, man. I don't know what I'm going to do now. $35 a pump. Yeah, no, it's not a pump yet. I'm just thinking it might develop into something. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin paying for my holiday to the United States, baby. Hopefully you're not going to Florida. Bullish cross on the daily MACD. Ignacio Perez, absolutely. That's what we were just talking about. We just had a bullish cross on the daily MACD. That's the entire reason we're doing this live stream. Guys, if you are welcome to... Excuse me, not if you're welcome. If you're new to the live stream, let me mute my dang phone. God really wants my attention. That's my Bible app going off. If you are new to the live stream, make sure you smash that subscribe button, guys. We do daily cryptocurrency technical analysis and daily news updates, and we just caught this live on camera. I'm really excited to see what happens over the next hour or so. Someone says partnership with Moby Dick. That's so funny. Free Whaley. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, but if you guys are new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Your name will flash up on screen, and I'll go on screen. I'll go ahead and give you a shout out for everybody here who is watching, and you will be updated every time a new video goes out or a new live stream starts. Also, make sure if you are subscribed that you are part of the post notification squad. Guys, there's that little bell button right below the video, and I promise you guys, as with the subscribe button, I promise you that I won't steal your Bitcoin if you press that. I promise you I won't do it, okay? Now, if you don't hit it, we'll talk about that later after the live stream. But if you do hit it, I promise you I won't do it. So go ahead and hit that notification bell as well. And finally, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, smash those likes. Let's see if we can get to 100. We're only 21 away. We have 313 people in the stream. Some of you guys got to start pulling your weight. Go ahead and smash those like button. Go ahead and smash that like button. I know we can get there. Let's see what's going on in chat. Pyroman says, morning, Jeff. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. Good morning to you wherever you are. It's 8 o'clock at night where I am. Shia Yufang says, haha, Jeb, this story is entertaining. Well, you know, you gotta troll the trolls every once in a while. Guy said I work for the whales, and I was like, well, man, it busted me. Tell me in the chat if any of you guys work for the whales. I'm interested to hear. Yeah, that Mr. What was his name again? Mr. Orca. Mr. Orca, that dude. I tell you know, guys, I go around I go places and people talk about their boss, and I'm self-employed because I run this channel and I run everything else I do with business. And I don't work for anyone. I work for myself. With everything I do, I work for myself, or I'm the owner or manager or whatever. And people will complain about their boss, and I'll just chime in, especially if they don't know me and they don't know what I do. I'm just like, yeah, my boss, he's a real prick. I hate that guy. He makes me work every single day. I have to get up at 7 o'clock every single morning and do the same thing every single day. I hate that guy. And my friends, who know what I do, they'll just sit there and laugh. But the people who don't know me, they're like, oh man, that sucks. Anyway, guys, we just had a couple new subscribers. Matthias Van Esbroek. Matthias Van Esbroek. I think I got that right. Welcome to the channel. And we have Christianus Artis Kexters. Sexters? I have no idea. I'm sorry. I tried. Welcome to the channel, guys. I really try hard to pronounce these names correctly. Sometimes it's difficult. I do apologize. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you are new here, make sure you smash that like button. We're 2 likes away. I know we can do it. Elias Reveles says, I want to be a whale. Guys, if you want to be a whale, here's how you do it. You join CT2A, learn how to make money, make a bunch of money, and then you have a bunch of money, and then when you have a bunch of money, you become a whale, and you can work with Mr. Orca. He's actually the head of the mafia here in Bitcoin. I'm not supposed to tell you guys that, but, you know, I figured you ought to know. Jeb, what are you waiting for? Long that shiznit. You know, like I said, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to get above this uptrend, and also I'm waiting for the live stream to be over. I can't go long while I'm live, and frankly, I find it much more enjoyable to sit here and talk with you guys than to make one trade. While I go and make an order and I just kind of sit there and look at it, I like trading, don't get me wrong, but I also like talking to you guys, and I can't do both at the same time. I don't like splitting my attention. Being focused on what you're doing is very important for your life. 8729 Alexis says, please tell me, who are these whales? Well, suck me a whole Bitcoin out for one. Yeah, guys, like I said, Mr. Orca, he's a real fine guy. He has this, like, big leather chair that he sits in. He's got, like, this big leather chair behind him on his wall. He's got, like, 5 guitars. You know, he's got this big executive desk. It's like something that you can't even see over. You got to stand on a stool to see over it so you can actually talk to him. He's a big guy. He's an orca whale. And he's intimidating, guys. He wears, like, this suit. It's a black and white suit. And, you know, he was actually in the cast of Happy Feet. Eddie says, Jeb, any comments on the upcoming Triple Witching Hour happening before launch of Bakkt? No. Renea Montenegro says, how much money do you need to become a whale? That is very much subjective. Some people have, like, an actual classification for it, and, Christianus, I think I got the first name right anyway, says was close enough. I tried. How much money do you need to become a whale? That's really subjective. People have classifications for, like, dolphin status and whale status. I think people consider you a whale if you have, like, I don't know, over 10,000 Bitcoin or something. Something like that. I want to say a dolphin is 2,500 Bitcoin and a whale is 10,000. I don't know. Completely subjective. There's no definition for that. J. Rard says, good to see you back, Jeb. Absolutely, yeah. I've been really busy over the last week and a half or so. I had a very, very bullish personal development happen in my life that I'm not going to get into here, but I was very happy about it, and made me very happy. And I had to spend some time taking care of that. So, you guys probably thought I just had a kid or something. That's not what it was, but... Yes, we all agree your boss is a jerk. Eddie Sess is lolling at me saying no. Excuse me, let me get that right. Crypto said I'm a phytoplankton. I'm a phytoplankton also. Dante says I'm a tadpole. I'm a tadpole also. I'm also an opossum and an employee of Mr. Orca and the owner of Jackie, my dog, and Hubert the duck. If you have more than 0.01 Bitcoin, you'll have more than 90% of anybody on the planet. If you have literally any Bitcoin, you have more Bitcoin than 99.5% of people on planet Earth, because most people don't even know what Bitcoin is yet. If you have any Bitcoin at all, give me a 1 in the chat if you're happy about it, because let me tell you something, you're already doing a lot better than most people. Always positive, it's all in your mind. Absolutely, guys. You gotta keep a positive mindset. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. We did just have a new subscriber. Speaking of positive things, Sine Wave Surfer has just subscribed to the channel. So welcome to the channel, my friend. If you guys are new here and you are enjoying the live stream, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, guys. It's free. Like I said, if you smash the subscribe button, I promise I won't steal your Bitcoin. If you don't hit the subscribe button after I ask you to, you know, all bets are off. I'm joking, by the way, for anyone who loses their Bitcoin and wants to, like, sue me or anything. I totally didn't steal your Bitcoin. That wasn't me. Anyway. Bobby Crypto, that's an old name, says, in 2010, someone was selling 10,000 Bitcoin on Reddit for 50 bucks and everybody thought the price was high. Yeah, seriously. Whales or sushi tonight. I'm on a diet. You know, I wouldn't mind having me a whale in my life. Someone who just loan me 500 Bitcoin, or someone like Craig Wright who can loan me 500,000 Bitcoin. Also, guys, give me a 2 in the chat if you're in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, because I want to speak specifically to the people who are in CT2A for a second. If you're in CT2A, give me a 2 in the chat. I want to talk with you guys. Crypto Military Vet says, I am now a dolphin after my divorce. I totally spaced 4 wallets I'd forgotten about while I was married. Wow, dude. That's a nice thing to come back to. Divorces suck, but you know what? Good timing. Wayne says, I hit subscribe, word on my Bitcoin go. Hey, it wasn't me. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. I don't know who did it. Oh, but it wasn't me. Wasn't me. Alright. Alright, we got some 2s rolling in the chat. For everybody who's hitting 2, those are people who are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you guys are in CT2A, the reason I wanted to talk with you is because new videos are going out to CT2A every single week. What I'm going to do is for every Monday for the next however long it takes to finish the revamp of CT2A, new videos are going to be going out. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the curriculum to show you what new videos have already been recorded, which ones have already been uploaded, and which ones are coming soon. If we go ahead and bring up CT2A here, I want to show you support and resistance. This video has been updated. How to read candlestick charts. This video has been updated, and how to spot a winning indicator and pattern. Those three videos have been completely updated. As far as ones that have been updated, these 3 have been updated and are already live in the course. As far as ones that have already been updated but have not gone live yet are how to read Heikin Ashi candlestick charts, and I believe the other one that we've done so far is wedges and pennants. I'm going through and updating all of these. I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow and another one the day after that. There are currently 34 videos in the course. If you're in CT2A, those 3 new videos that I mentioned are new to the channel, or they've been updated in CT2A, and more are coming. If you guys are interested in CT2A, there's a link in the description down below. I just want to tell people who are in the course that those new videos are out. There's a lot of 2s in the chat. Wow, guys. I'm glad to see that you guys are in CT2A. Give me, if you press 2 in the chat, if you're in CT2A and you're enjoying the course, give me a 1 in the chat. Dankbud says, is this a cult? Yes, it's the cult of learning technical analysis. That's exactly what it is, my friend. Mark Inez says, enjoying the live chat, Jeff. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying it also. Lucas Duke says, how did you learn to trade? Best way to start beside the course? Well, as you just insinuated, I think the best way to start is with a course. But without a course, greatest way to do it is just by watching a bunch of YouTube videos. Do exactly what you're doing right now. Watch a ton of YouTube videos. There's going to be a new subscription-based product coming out in the near-term future, which will help you with your learning a lot, and that'll be cheaper than CT2A. But if you can't afford a course, even if it's not mine, I highly encourage you to do that. If you don't want to spend money on that, I understand. Go ahead and just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. That's how I did it. I didn't go through a course, although if I had, it would have drastically shortened the amount of time it took for me to learn. So everybody who pressed 2 who is in CT2A, I asked them to press 1 if they are enjoying the course. We just had 7 1s come in, so I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying CT2A. Like I said, guys, there's a link to CT2A down below, and there's also a $40 off coupon code down there that has not been active for a little while, but I put active again for this live stream. If you're interested in checking out what we have to offer, click the link in the description down below. You can see all the people who are in the course and who are enjoying it. And you can get $40 off at checkout if you use August 2019. Even though it is now September, I'll let it pass. I'll let it slide. It's okay. Anyway, Bitcoin dominance skyrocket again. Yes, Bitcoin's dominance has been skyrocketing for a little while. If we check out Bitcoin dominance here, let's look at this for a second. Super Civilian asks a good question. Hey, Jeb, your thoughts on Bitcoin taxation? That's a good question. It's not one I'm going to dive into a whole lot. I have a rule on this channel that I don't touch Bitcoin and cryptocurrency taxes with a 10-foot pole. I don't do it, and the reason I don't do it is very specific. It's because if I say something wrong, it's very easy to come back and sue me, to be quite frank, to sue the company that owns the CryptoJeb YouTube channel, to sue me, and all. It's very easy to... I don't want to say something wrong and for someone to go file their taxes incorrectly, and then the IRS come jumping down their throat, and then they come jump down mine. So I'm going to dodge the question respectfully. Frankly, since you asked my thoughts on it rather than anything specific about it, I will tell you that. I think it's an absolute mess, and I think the IRS is trying to catch up, and they just can't. Because it's a government organization, and you know, they never do anything in a timely manner. Anyway, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance has been rallying here for the last year or so. Ever since about April of 2018, it's been moving to the upside. And as we can see, it's moved very far up here. The altcoins have jumped off a cliff. And the reason I think for that mainly is because Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are still mainly a speculative investment. Every single one of these altcoins is still speculative. Bitcoin is too, don't get me wrong. But Bitcoin has more of an actual use case than most of these altcoins. Most of these altcoins, I want to be clear with myself, they do have a use case, but they're not being used to the fullest extent just yet. Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, well, not Bitcoin Cash, but Litecoin, Tether, all these cryptocurrencies, they have an important use case. They're just not being fully implemented yet. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is being used by some power players in the world. Bitcoin is used to move multi-$10 million sums of cash around for things like real estate deals or things like art purchases. We've covered stories on that with the channel before where people have spent $25 million in Bitcoin and had the transaction go through in all of 5 seconds. Or not, excuse me, not all of 5 seconds, spent all of $5 on transaction fee on a $25 million purchase. Big deal. So that's why I think it's so high. Anyway, we did just have a donation, which I'm very appreciative of. Rod Santos, thank you so much for the $7 donation. It says, keep up the great work, Jeb. Let's hope Bitcoin starts to pump up for the next 6 months or so, leading up to the halving for some long, great profits. I completely agree. I would very much be looking forward to that. I actually have a vertical line here on my chart. If we zoom out to the daily chart, we can see where the halving is. It's right over here on, I have it set on 520 instead of 420, but right around here is where the halving is expected to take place. And as people know, Eddie says, Jeb, disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, people. Yeah, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say on this channel is financial advice. Get your own CPA, get your own tax attorney, get your own professionals. I am not a professional, nor am I a financial advisor or am I financially advising. So, there you go. Delilah Andre says, awesome, looking forward to checking out the new videos. Absolutely, Delilah. Those are all up right now. Those 3 are up, and some more will go up on Monday. Anyway, as far as the halving is concerned, I think Bitcoin is naturally going to be having some kind of run-up towards the halving, and frankly, I think Bitcoin is going to be either just trading around 20K or above 20K when we actually hit the halving. That is a little bit, that's a little ways off, though. It's kind of hard to predict exactly what Bitcoin is going to be doing at that point. Joe Bo says, Jeb, were you going to talk about volume? I will talk about volume briefly. There's not a whole lot to talk about it right now, though, so I won't talk about it for very long. One thing I will say is that volume is very important for confirming bullish breakouts and rallies and downtrends. And what we saw today when Bitcoin broke bullish, this is very much confirmed. This could Bart Simpson down. Probably not going to, though. If it does, it'll probably stay above this uptrend right here. In my humble opinion, I think Bitcoin deserves these gains that it's made based on the way the technicals and fundamentals are looking. And we also, importantly, saw a run-up on the volume here. As you can see right down here, let me make sure that's not being covered up by the chat. Right over here, we can see if there's a little run-up. Well, now it's being covered up by that thing. We saw that there was a little run-up, third time's the charm, of the volume right here before we actually saw the big volume candlesticks. And the reason for that was because Bitcoin had already started to go bullish before it broke through. And after it did break through, we saw even more bullishness come in. Volume is really important, guys. It's something that we do cover in the course briefly. There's going to be a dedicated volume on that relatively soon. Frankly, there should have already been one. But volume is very important. Always keep an eye on volume. I don't think there is a video on CT2A on volume, and that's really interesting that there's not. I thought there was, but there's not. That's definitely going to be one of the videos that will come out next Monday then. I'll make a video on that for CT2A this week. We slow down, have a little bit of coffee at 8:19 in the afternoon because I'm an idiot. Dan T says, I'm a financial advisor. I did the research. Follow my advice. You'll be glad you did. Cake and Nachos, that's an old name also. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Crypto Jeb, thoughts on Bitcoin price going into the last few months of the year? As I said earlier, it's really going to depend on whether or not this rally that we just started can actually get above this longer-term downtrend of resistance right here. If we can do that, then I expect Bitcoin will probably be trading above 15K by the end of the year. Somewhere around $15,000, maybe 20. We'll see what happens. I think that before the end of quarter one 2020, we will see a $20,000 Bitcoin again. I think we'll be breaking all-time high sometime in the first quarter of next year. Maybe earlier than that. We'll see what happens. Speaking of coffee, did you get the coffee I linked you? J-Rard, I remember you linking me that, and I don't remember buying it. Can you link me that again? It wasn't Black Rifle Coffee, was it? Actually, I need to buy some of that. Their YouTube channel is absolutely fantastic. Guys, if you don't know anything about Black Rifle Coffee Company, go watch those videos. It's so funny. Anyway, Jobo, my point was that the volume was absolutely tiny since the 30th, and no indication of a break to the upside was likely. A short looked like a sensible move, which thankfully last night I gave a miss. Yeah, we'll go ahead and look at that. If you look at the volume on the daily chart, it has been very low. I didn't realize that's what you were talking about, but volume has been pretty low over the last couple of days. And a big part of that for these 2 days is because Bitcoin was trading sideways. We saw a little bit more volume come in now. We're getting close to being above the 20 moving average on the volume. But volume's been declining quite a lot as Bitcoin's volatility has been declining. Guys, remember, we're in this longer-term pennant right here, which should break to the upside. You expect to see the volume decline like this during a pennant of this caliber. That's what normally happens. So that's nothing to be worried about, but it is something to keep in mind. I think that Bitcoin having this breakout is a breath of fresh air for the market right now, and I think that it's looking pretty bullish. That kind of leads me into something that Super Civilian just asked. He said, hey, Jeb, how's the overall market look? Great question. Guys, you got some good ones coming out tonight. Keep them coming. Bitcoin is trading at $10,426 right now. We'll start on the short term. On the short term, Bitcoin's looking phenomenal. Bitcoin had a bullish breakout. I was feeling a little uneasy about this earlier on in the video, and as you can see, about over the last half an hour, Bitcoin has been trending to the upside. We're in a little bit of a bull flag right now. This is looking healthy. As you guys know, also, the title of this video is talking about a specific indicator. That specific indicator is what we just saw happen. That is the MACD crossed bullish, guys. That is a huge deal. I don't want to overstate that, but frankly, it's kind of hard to. If you look at this, Bitcoin's MACD on the daily chart just crossed bullish. That's a big deal. Simply, I mean, it's very simple. It's a big deal. If we look on the Heikin Ashi chart, Heikin Ashi had already turned green, confirming that Bitcoin had a good chance of moving into a bull market, into a new rally. Now we've seen that. The MACD has crossed bullish as well. That's a very, very strong indicator that we're going into a new uptrend. And honestly, on the daily chart, an uptrend of this caliber that's been just confirmed would normally push Bitcoin farther than just another $400 above 10,800. Normally, it would push Bitcoin maybe to like 12,000, if not farther. So I think this is enough bullish strength to potentially at least have us test this downtrend of resistance right here. And if everything goes according to plan, perhaps break it. So guys, that's what my outlook is on the market right now. If we break that, then all bets are off. We're probably going to 14K before the end of October. We'll see what happens with that. Drew Martin says it's time for the moon jab. I agree. Honestly, I think we're sitting pretty right now, to be honest. I think we're sitting pretty well. It's called Saigon Fin Daklak on Amazon. I'll shoot it your way on Discord. Yeah, send me a DM on Discord, JRR, because I'll be honest with you, I completely forgot to look at that. What does it mean when the volume is above the 20 MA? It doesn't mean a whole lot. It just basically means that it basically just means that it's above average volume for the last 20 candles. Pyroman, good question. Can you give your opinion on Heikin Ashi versus candles when it comes to trading? That's something that I just updated the video for in CT2A. Pyro, I think you said you were in CT2A, so watch out for next Monday when this video drops. How to use Heikin Ashi candlestick charts. I like this video. I completely revamped it. Most of the same information. I added some new stuff. It's a lot more digestible. In the course right now, this is still a good video. Check this out. As far as trading is concerned, I think you need to use both of them, primarily traditional candlestick charts. Heikin Ashi is very good for three main things. It's very good for determining what trend you're in, whether or not you're in an uptrend or a downtrend, and then you can use the wicks on the Heikin Ashi to determine how strong that trend is, and you can also use the changing color of the Heikin Ashi to determine when a reversal has come, and kind of a 3.5 point for Heikin Ashi is you can use the MACD to confirm those reversal signals that you get from it. So that's the three main things you need to gather from Heikin Ashi. Other than that, I would mainly stick with candlestick charts. Heikin Ashi is most important for determining when a new uptrend is starting, how strong that uptrend is, and how what direction the trend is moving in, whether it's bullish or bearish. So it's not really a question of which one is better. It's mostly which one do you need for what you're trying to do as far as your technical analysis is concerned. Dan T says, be like Bezos, get your ticket to the moon. Forget that. Be like Bezos' wife who invested in him when he was not worth anything and then divorced him at the top. That's what you need to be like, is Bezos' wife. I have a meme of that on my computer. I can't pull it up right now, but Hey, Jeb, what's your opinion on the 4-hourly RSI and stochastic? Looks a little bit dangerous. Let's go ahead and bring RSI up. I had to drop it off for the chart today when I was recording a CT2A video. One thing I do want to point out is that daily chart MACD looks fantastic. And the reason I say that is because Bitcoin had a level of support here at 40 on the RSI that it was holding. We fell below that briefly, but now we're back up above that. I'm happy about that. Honestly, RSI on daily chart, loving every minute of it. If we look at the 4-hourly, however, though, 4-hourly does look like it's pretty overextended. And frankly, that's not surprising, guys. Bitcoin has been rallying quite a lot. This is another one of those reasons. Let me say this. When I talk about gut feeling, it's specifically mentioned in this video down here in CT2A, this video right here. When I talk about gut feeling, a lot of times what gut feeling is doing is predicting what a certain technical indicator is going to say. I didn't check RSI on the 4-hourly chart, but now that I think about it, a lot of what my gut feeling was telling me is being represented by the 4-hourly on the RSI. So another thing that your gut feeling will do is fill in the gaps where you don't have a technical indicator to look for something. It's good to have all of your technical indicators in place and then use your gut feeling on top of that. Don't just trade based off of your gut. I never said that, so don't do that. But this is kind of what I'm talking about. I felt a little overextended on Bitcoin. I felt we were a little too high. And that may be true, guys. We did just see Bitcoin rally quite a lot in that 4-hourly MACD, that 4-hourly RSI, as they just pointed out. I believe that was Ken Wang. Very good point. Bitcoin's 4-hourly RSI is quite overextended. That doesn't mean we're going to have a crash, but frankly, it would be a little weird if Bitcoin ran from 93 all the way to 10.8 within the span of just a few days. I'm expecting Bitcoin to have a small bullish breakout here, but that very well may not happen. I'm not making any trades on this because I'm not quite sure which direction Bitcoin's going to go. It may trade sideways for the next day or two. It might have a bullish breakout. It might break to the downside. Honestly, at this point in time, I think you can make an argument for just about any of them. Gerard said you sent the link. Let me check that. I got it. Thank you so much, SpongeBob. Super Civilian says I'm not a fan of the 4-hourly. I'm not either, to be totally honest. I prefer the hourly and the daily. But the 4-hourly does have some important information, and the daily chart and the hourly chart, frankly, is reading... I keep saying frankly. Guys, help me not get into the habit of saying frankly. I don't want to be that guy. Frankly, Bitcoin is trading at 88 here on the RSI for the hourly chart, so it's a similar story here as well. Guys, we have 296 people in the chat and only 129 likes. I say only 129 likes when back in the day when we were first starting the channel, I was excited to get 5. But let's see if we can rally those all the way up to 150, guys. Also, if you are new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It's that little red button down below. If you hit that, like I said, guys, I promise you I won't steal your Bitcoin if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. But if you decide not to do that, all bets are off. You know, I'm not saying I'm going to steal your Bitcoin. I'm just saying I can't guarantee anything. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Your name will pop up on stream. I'll go ahead and give you a shout out. And we'll be on our way, guys. We do daily cryptocurrency technical analysis, daily cryptocurrency news updates in the videos, and we're going to try to do about 2 to 3 live streams a week. All the lower time frames overextended. Yes, they are. Even down here to the 1 minute. No, but like the 30-minute chart is going to be overextended. I didn't know that. I just kind of had a feeling. If we look at the 15-minute, same thing. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. When you guys get good enough at charting and when you guys have been an expert at it for a while, and I have a lot to learn. I'm not calling myself an expert. I'm saying that when you get to the point of being an expert and you're doing very, very well, you can kind of tell what a technical indicator is going to say before it even says it, before you even check. Super Civilian says, Jeb, you're doing great work. Thank you so much, Super Civilian. It is hard work, and I enjoy every minute of it, but it is very nice to hear praise. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. Because you said that, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because I think I've earned it, frankly. And we did just pass 150 likes, so thank you guys for that. Oh, guys, I need to ask you something. Give me a 1 in the chat if you like the new outro and a 2 if you don't. I know the volume's a little too high. I realize that. We're working on it. It's going to be perfect in like 2 videos. I have an editor, so I'm not the one doing the editing. I'm trying to explain to her how exactly I want it. She's coming to my house tomorrow. We're going to have one of our weekly meetings, and I'm going to show her exactly how I want it because I already have a test edit of it made. I really like that outro. We're going to start having background music in the videos. Give me a 3 in the chat if you want background music in the videos as well. I want to see your opinions on that. Jeb, you think Bitcoin dominance will capitulate and fill the CME gap as well as giving the alts a good run? I really don't think so. D. Sager, I really don't think it's going to. Bitcoin put a pretty strong bottom in at 9.3, a little bit stronger than I thought it was going to be. I don't think we need to fill the CME gap. If we do fill it, I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin going down there to fill the gap. I think it's just going to be, by happenstance, Bitcoin filled it, if you know what I mean. Looks like we're getting a lot of ones. Happy about that. 2. I also hate it when you say smash. Okay, gotcha. Super Civilian, if there's going to be background music, it'll be very, very soft where you're not really going to hear it. It's just kind of something that you're gonna have in the background. It won't be anything distracting. I'm a smart man drinking coffee right before I go to bed. Crypto Dope says 3, a catchy song would be helpful. Guys, I have a bunch of songs lined up that I want to use for the backing. And it was a lot easier to get the licensing for those songs than I thought it would be, so I'm looking forward to that. Finesse says I play my own background music. Yep. Bring on the background music, guys. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and play this, actually. A real good feeling. Actually, I can play on stream because I have the license to this song now, so I can go ahead and do that. If you guys give me a... Let's see. I think we're done with the kind of voting thing I was just doing. Let's see. Give me a... Maybe low background music for late night chill streams. Nothing too overwhelming, but not enough to get bored. Exactly. That's pretty much what we're going for. It's also very nice to have all this hurricane aiming for... to not have this hurricane aiming for Orlando. Yeah, I know, Mr. T. I'm probably going to be flying out of Orlando in about 2 weeks, actually. TY for saying my name correctly. Don't! Don't! How? Slayer. 4 for bagpipes in the background. That's a great idea, guys. We can charge into battle with bagpipes on our back. Bitcoin Cash won't ever see what... Bitcoin Cash won't ever see it coming. Anyway, I can play this because I do have the license to it. Knowing that, I'm probably still going to get a copyright strike, but let's go. Not a copyright strike. Well, no, yeah, a copyright claim. Let's go ahead and play this. I'm going to play a song real quick, and I'm not going to play it very loud, but I'm going to play it in the background because I have the license to this now. Ha 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 ha. Make sure my headphones aren't on. Oh, professional YouTuber at work here, guys. Give me 1 second. I got to plug my headphones in. Where's my cord? Professional YouTuber. Being professional. Where in the world is my cord? There it is. You guys will be able to hear this, but I can't. Oh. Good feeling to be a professional YouTuber who always has his cable plugged in so that he can have his headphones working. I run everything through speakers now, so I don't ever have my headphones plugged in. Anyway. This song, you guys should be able to hear it. Tell me in the chat if that's too loud. I'm just going to kind of run it in the background. That song is the new outro, and I love this song so much. Later, Jeb. Nice work tonight. Thank you so much, Super Civilian. Have a great night, guys. We're going to be wrapping the stream up in maybe about 25 minutes around 9 o'clock. I just kind of want to hang out and watch the chart for the last 30 minutes here. Have some chatting with you guys. If there's anything you want to see covered, I probably already covered it, to be quite honest. You can back the stream up. Tell me if you can even hear that. That may be too low. I know it's definitely a lot lower than my voice. Real good feeling. I love this song so much. And I have a lot more from the same band and a few other similar ones that we're going to be using for some stuff. The Warrior by Patti Smythe. Smythe. I know how to talk. I can pronounce some Asian name that I've never seen in my entire life, but I can't pronounce Smith because it has a Y in it. Yeah. You guys can't hear it? Okay. Okay, so tell me if you can hear it now. I just turned it up. I didn't want it to be too loud. Right now, right now. Oh, right now, right now. Oh, right now, right now. Stream needs more dancing ladies on poles. You know what that would bring? It'd bring a real good feeling. How about that? Yeah. You guys should be able to hear it now. I turned it up. Going higher than I've ever known. I love this song, guys. I'm just going to kind of let this play out. It's got about a minute and a half left. I turned it up just a little bit. I'm just going to let it play out. I really hope this video doesn't get demonetized for a video I have rights to. I love that song so much, guys. That's the new outro song. Really, really happy about that. If you guys know anything about PewDiePie, you'll probably know that that song was in his wedding video. And if you're wondering, yes, that is where I found that song. And I love it so much. They have some really good music. The band Oh the Larceny. I love that song so much. I'm going to give them a shout out. Go check out their music. They have some great, great, great music. Especially on that channel I just had up, Jenny Music. Amazing songs on that channel, especially if you want some cool rock music from the 21st century. It's amazing. Go check them out. Absolutely great. JDA said, are you bullish or bearish, Jeb? I am feeling kind of a mixture of both. On the hourly chart, Bitcoin's, frankly, I said it again. I said frankly. Bitcoin is absolutely overextended and probably should have a little bit of a correction here. As far as, the slightly longer term technicals are concerned, for hourly and daily, Bitcoin's looking very bullish because of, I got the burps because of my coffee. Is very much looking bullish because of the bullish MACD cross we just had and the price action that we've seen develop here today. J-Rar, tell us about your trading setup. Screens, desk, computer, tools, something for the techies to writing code to better trading. Good question, J-Rar. I have one monitor on my left, which is my main monitor. That's a 4K monitor. It's a 27-inch 4K monitor by LG. This thing was like $500. I love this monitor so much. There's so much resolution on this. And then my second monitor is my old main monitor, which is a 1080p monitor by Samsung that I've had for a long time. The Gambler by Kenny Rogers is a fantastic song, but there's no way I would ever get the rights to it without paying an arm and a leg. But that is a good song. You got to know when to hold 'em. And then as far as my computer is concerned, I have a custom-built computer. I built it in a friend's house on his dining room table with a GTX 1070. There are 16 gigabytes of Trident G-Skills Trident RGB RAM. There's a Ryzen 5 2600 in there. The motherboard, I forget the exact specs of the motherboard, but it is a... it's been so long since I've worked with computers now because I don't work with computers as much as I used to. It's a 370, I think. It's a Strix. So yeah, we got a 1070 in there. I've thought about SLIing another 1070 in there, but at this point I might just upgrade to like dual RTX 280s. But I don't really need the power anymore because I don't game anymore. I built a gaming computer for myself that doesn't really game anymore, so that's the way that works. You finally get to the point where you can have something and then you don't get to use it. But that's okay. I enjoy what I'm doing here with the channel, and I enjoy what we're doing with the business. That's all good. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think of that song. I love that song, guys. I have a really big project planned. Myself and 3 of my friends are going to fly out to Area 51 for a video that I'm doing for a new channel, which I will tell you guys about that when it comes. You guys will be getting a face reveal within the next month. Probably within the month of September, you're going to be getting a face reveal, but it's not going to be on this channel. You're going to have to go check out our new channel to get that, and then a week or so after I've converted all of you guys to subscribers to the new channel, then I will finally give you guys a face reveal here. So there's probably going to be a face reveal on this channel sometime at the end of September or the beginning of October. So guys, look forward to that. 1070 is an awesome choice. Having a 4K monitor definitely makes a difference. I love this thing. It's a 4K monitor, 60 hertz. I'm not playing CSGO or anything because I don't really play any games anymore, so I don't need a 144 hertz monitor. I love this thing, guys. It is absolutely beautiful what you can see on this monitor. If you guys have never had a 4K monitor, it's really cool. Dan T says, don't trespass. Of course, no. We're not going to be crossing the invisible line in the sand. We're just going to be kidnapping some aliens and camping and doing some stupid stuff. But I'm really looking forward to what we can do with that. I've been wanting to make a really, really cool cinematic style video. It's gonna be kind of like a Mr. Beast style video, and it's gonna be fun. Be flying everybody out there. Yeah, it's not, and no, I'm not gonna get shot. And in case you guys are wondering, it has absolutely nothing to do with the Crypto Jeb channel. It's just something that I'm doing. There's not gonna be any. It's not gonna be related to cryptocurrency in any way, shape, or form. No, Victor Matos, that's a good question. No, I'm not closing this channel. Nothing's going to change with this channel except for good things. There's going to be a lot more positive developments coming to this channel. I am not stopping Crypto Jeb anytime soon. But with that said, I am going to be doing some other things as well. So I'm not slowing down development on Crypto Jeb. This is just something else public that I can actually talk about, because a lot of the other stuff I work on I can't really talk about. But this is something I'm looking forward to. So, Victor, no, I'm not shutting this channel down. Nothing's going to change with Crypto Jab. There will be some developments, but they're going to be positive. Nothing is going to be stopping. Dante says, bring plenty of supplies. Of course. James Reagan, the launch date for this video is expected to be September 23rd, which just so happens, the reason I'm looking forward to that is because it just so happens the raid, quote-unquote, is on the 20th, and it also just so happens that September 23rd is exactly 1 year to the day after the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy launched. So I'd look forward to uploading the first video for this new channel on the day that CT2A got launched. That'd be really cool to have our anniversaries line up like that, you know. So check that out. JR says, I need to dip for family for a bit, but I'll be back later. If I miss you, have a good night. As always, glad to hear you're having bullish developments or doing well. Good work and good night. Good night, JR. Thank you so much, guys. We are going to be wrapping the stream up here in a few minutes. Before we do it, I want to ask you guys if there's anything that you want to talk about before we wrap up. I always like doing that at the end. Dante says the area isn't set up for massive influx of people. No, I know it isn't. We're going to be renting an off-roading Jeep. And if we have to, then we will. We're not going to be staying at a hotel. We're going to be camping. Out west, you can basically just camp anywhere, to be honest. It's all public land. Especially in Nevada. Like 85% of Nevada is public land. No, Dante, we're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. We're all adults here. Is there a reason you keep lock on TV on UTC? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean how it's locked instead of like this? You mean the lock? You mean this lock right here? If that's the lock you're talking about, it's just because it just makes everything centered better. It means that I don't have to worry about it. Have I seen the movie Area 51? I have not seen the movie Area 51, but I'll probably watch that before we go. Got to do some research. Be flying 4 of my friends out with me. Kevin Burris says, Jeb, do you see us making $30,000 by the end of the year? I think anyone can make $30,000 by the end of the year, but as far as Bitcoin going to $30,000 by the end of the year, no, I don't think that's going to happen, to be quite honest. Sorry, time, not lock. Oh, no, it's on you. It's on as you. I don't know if you can see it down here, but we're on UTC -4, which is set for New York, which is Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Eastern Standard Time, so that's on my time. The Brooklynos, hey, how you doing, man? Ma'am. Hey, Jeb, just curious. Heard someone say you usually don't see more than 4 green candles before seeing another dip. Is this a good rule of thumb? Might have missed it. Do you see about 100,100-ish again? I assume you mean 10-1. That's a good question. I don't think that that's a very good rule of thumb. 4 green candlesticks in a row. I mean, a general rule of thumb is that the more green that we've seen, the more likely it is you're going to see a red candlestick. So 4 is kind of just an arbitrary number. I think a more accurate number would be 7. And the reason for 7 is because, 1, 7 is a number that everybody knows is a biblical number. It's a number that that's considered lucky. It's a number that a lot of people follow. And also because if you look at the history of Bitcoin very rarely rallies 7 candlesticks in a row. 4 is kind of just an arbitrary number as far as I'm concerned. Instead of looking at a rule for a certain number, if you're going to look for a certain number, use 7. But if you're going to try to keep a general rule in mind, just say the longer Bitcoin rallies, the more likely it is to have a red candlestick. That red candlestick might be $5 tall, but you're more likely to see a red candlestick the longer you've rallied. As far as Bitcoin going back to 10-1, yeah, that's very possible, and the reason for that is pretty simple. Bitcoin here on the hourly chart is very overextended on its RSI, So too is it very overextended on the 4-hourly chart, and the reason for that is because Bitcoin's been rallying all day. So it wouldn't really surprise me if we do see Bitcoin pull back somewhere around 10 to 10.1. And whoever just donated, you scared the living daylights out of me. Best Flight, never mind, has subscribed to the channel. I haven't had my headphones on for the entire live stream, except for just recently when I started playing Real Good Feeling, so you guys could hear that. So when you subscribe to the channel, it made me jump a little bit, which is funny because I never flinch at anything. But I did flinch at that. So welcome to the channel, Best Fight. I said Best Flight earlier. Best Fight, welcome to the channel, my friend. Huge shout out to you guys. Before we wrap the stream up in about 10 minutes or so, go ahead and smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes before we wrap it up. And also, guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I promise you I won't steal your Bitcoin if you hit the subscribe button. But if you don't hit the subscribe button, all bets are off. You know, I can't guarantee what's going to happen to your Bitcoin. But if you do subscribe to the channel, I can at least guarantee that I will not steal it from you. So keep that in mind. Also, guys, if you want to support the channel, there's a few ways you can do that. You can join C22A for both your benefit and also for the ability to know that you're helping to support the channel. And you can also use the donation feature. There's a little rectangle with a $sign in it below where it says say something in the chat. If you hit that and you donate, it's going to go directly to the channel, and we use that to keep the lights on. We use that to pay payroll for our editor. And it's very helpful when you guys do that. So if you want to support the channel monetarily in a couple of those ways, I would be very appreciative. Someone donated $518 on another live stream earlier. I was very impressed, no lie. Wow. Good for them. That's impressive. $500 Litecoin end of year minimum. I completely disagree. I don't think Litecoin's going anywhere near $500 within the next 4 months. Personally, I mean, Litecoin's never been to $500. We might see like $200 or $300, but I don't think $500 is even in the cards, especially not as a minimum. That's my take on it anyway. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. 15K is realistic, I think, for Bitcoin. I think so, too. I think that's definitely realistic. Oh, man. With your luck, you're going to lose 30K, lol. Yeah. It's funny when you own a business like I do, how much money you spend. Guys, it's only funny when you're not the one doing it. Give me a 1 in the chat if any of you guys are business owners, because I'm a business owner, and it's ridiculous how much money you have to spend. I don't really talk about it on chat too much, but it's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, you're in profit, so it's not the end of the world. It's all just revenue versus profit. You have expenses, but some things cost a lot of money. Like the ads that you may see of me running, those cost those are expensive to run. Drink the rest of my Gatorade. Rod Santos says 1, you're a business owner. Yep. Brooklino says 1, you're a business owner. Yep. Yep. It's fun. It's fun. -1. JDH says 1. Gotta spend money to make money. Yeah, JP, that's the thing. Let's wrap the video up with some of these topics. You have to spend money to make money. That's what they say. But that's not necessarily true. Guys, I have $700 sitting on my desk right here because I had to pull cash out. I have it in my hands. It's in 50s and 20s. But I don't need this money to make money. People say that you need money to make money. You don't need money to make money. What you need is a resource. What you need is a product. What you need is a service. What you need is something that someone wants that they don't have, and they're willing to trade their hard-earned money to get it from you. Okay, and that doesn't require money. What requires money is resources to make those resources that you're selling. But not always. Guys, for example, this channel, for the first 8 months, I barely put any money into it. It was just kind of a side thing. It was just a hobby. And now it's a big part of my life. And the reason it's a big part of my life is because it's a business now, and it's profitable and everything, and it has employees, and it's started to take up a big part of my life, and I'm happy about that. But at the beginning, I didn't invest a whole lot of money into it. And the reason I didn't invest a whole lot of money into it is because I didn't really know if it was going to work. And then I realized, yeah, no, it can work. And then we started investing a lot of money. Now you guys don't realize this, but the expenses for running this channel are many thousands of dollars a month. And you guys don't really even know that because I don't talk about it. You don't have to spend money to make money. You have to give a product or a service to someone to get their money from them. They're basically giving you their money so they get something in return. If you are a good business person, you are giving more than you're getting in return. You don't need money to do that. You need a product or service. And to build that product or service, you either need to pay someone to do it or you need to do it yourself. So when you're starting a new business, you don't have to invest your money. You can also invest your time. And that's something that a lot of people forget. They say, oh, I want to start a new business, but I don't have any money. Maybe you don't need any money to start a business. I barely spent any money to start this YouTube channel, and now it's a business with an employee, and it helps pay for a lot of my expenses. So there you go. Is Bitcoin Cash a meme? Yes, Bitcoin Cash is a meme. Ray Shooter AP says he accepts loans of exactly $700. Well, Ray Shooter AP, maybe if you would actually contact me and want to hang out sometime, my friend, and not just kind of just, you know, fall off the face of the earth like you did with everybody, then I could do that. Mr. Ray Shooter AP, if you guys know, he's a friend of mine in real life. I'm surprised to see him in the chat. Hey, AP, I don't want to say your name on chat, but how you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Shoot me a text. We're gonna wrap the stream up in about 10 minutes, Mr. Ray Shooter, and I'd love to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a little while. Christopher Steele says, hope my investment in Bitcoin will be worth it. Absolutely. If you know what you're doing, if you know how to, okay, there's a few different ways you can make money. You can provide a product or a service. You can trade, as you do here in cryptocurrencies. You can build passive income through real estate, which I'm getting into next year. There's a lot of things that you can do, but you don't have to invest your money. You can also invest your time. So if you're not in the greatest financial situation, remember, there's one thing that all of us have that is constant. Jeff Bezos and I and you have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just how people use them. Ray Shooter AP says it just got dark all of a sudden from all the shade. Yeah, I just called you out in front of 240 people, didn't I? James Maggie says, ha ha ha, Bitcoin is a scam, WTF. Guys, Bitcoin, you know what Bitcoin is? Bitcoin is the next BitConnect. I hear that if you invest in Bitcoin, it goes into a trading bot, and you can gain 1% a day. And then when you do that, you get profit. It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's like that dude around the corner with a gun who's going to rob you when you walk around the corner. Delilah Andre says, yes, you spend a lot of money as a business owner. It's fun, though. It's fun to say that I spent this much money. You know, it's kind of something you can brag about. Internet Tough Guy says, what's up, job? What's up, Internet Tough Goy? New to your channel. Welcome to the channel, my friend. I know you. I know it was a typo. I'm messing with you. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Glad to see you here. I thought your logo had Florida in it. I was like, man. Oh, James Maggie said it isn't a scam. I thought you were joking anyway. Mary G says you need money to start a business. No, you don't. I'm going to completely disagree with you on that because the businesses I've started, I didn't spend any money. I didn't spend much anyway. James Maggie, you're right. I can't read. I'm completely illiterate. I'm sorry. I was joking anyway with what I said. Bitcoin is a gift from God. All you have to do is accept it. Oh, yeah. Mirror, mirror on the wall. When will we see bulls take it all? Oh no, I'm a dummy. It's the Aphex Twin logo. Oh, okay. Guys, I hope you are enjoying the live stream, and I hope you are enjoying what's going on with Bitcoin. I know it's slowed down a little bit here. I've had a long day. Guys, I went to the gym today, as I do every weekday. I don't know why I said it like that, but my legs are killing me. I'm so tired. I pushed myself really hard at the gym this morning, and I'm embarrassed about the time I got on the treadmill because I should be in better shape than I am. I'm not fat, but I need to be better, so I'm working on it. But I'm very tired, so I probably am going to go ahead and wrap the live stream up. Guys, whether or not you are at the very beginning of your career in cryptocurrency, or if you're already an expert, whether or not you're just getting started in the business world and entrepreneurship, or you've been in it for 20 years, no matter where you are, there's certain things you have to remember. You're going to get paid for the value you give. Okay? You're going to get paid for the amount of value you give. If you're working with products, you're going to get paid for the amount of value you give to your client. If you are trading in cryptocurrencies, you're going to get paid based on the amount of value that you are using in your trading. What I mean by that is how good you are at trading, how valuable your knowledge is, you're going to get paid accordingly. The more value you can provide and the more knowledgeable you can be about with the thing that you are working with, the better off you're going to be, the more money you're going to make, the happier you're going to be, the more fulfilled you're going to feel. It's very important that you guys are educated. And this isn't even a sales pitch for CT2A, although I think that's a great investment. The point I'm trying to make here, guys, is basically do what the Boy Scouts taught you. Be prepared. Make sure you're always prepared. And I also want to go over a few things I learned this last week. I learned one thing that is really important is that you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused. If you have a goal, you can't be jumping from goal to goal. You can't be jumping from, oh, I want to learn Bitcoin technical analysis. Now I want to go start a Shopify store. Oh, I'm going to drop that. I want to do an Amazon FBA. Or, oh, you know what? I'm going to go be a real estate broker. You got to pick one thing and stick with it. If you're going to do this cryptocurrency thing that we're doing here, if you want to learn these markets, if you want to be profitable in these markets, if you want this to be a part of your life, you have to stick with it. You have to focus on it. You have to commit to it. Not only do you have to focus on what your goals are and your aspirations are, you also have to focus on your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day life. You have to focus on the task at hand. You can't be multitasking all the time. You can't do 2 things at once. You can't do 5 things at once. Give all of them a split part of your attention and expect to exceed expectations on all of them. You simply can't do that. You have to be focused on what you're doing. So that's one thing I learned this week, which I already knew, but it's one thing I wanted to bring to your attention, and I want to be, that I want to put more emphasis on in my life is focus and where you're putting your attention. And also, guys, before you go to sleep, make sure you plan tomorrow. That's one thing I try to do every single night. I have my checklist that I make, my to-do list every single day, and I go through and I check it off as the day goes by. I managed to get pretty much everything on the list that I had for today done. And one last thing that I want to wrap up with is this. One thing that I've also learned this year is don't be too hard on yourself. And that's really something you don't hear a lot from the entrepreneurship space, not so much the cryptocurrency space, but the entrepreneurship space, is don't be too hard on yourself. You have to be able to forgive yourself. Because, guys, if I had have done some things differently with business over the last year, the last 2 years, last 5 years, if I had done some things differently, I'd be in a much different position right now. I'd be in a better position because I would have done more. But you got to forgive yourself also and say, you know what, it's okay. Look to the future, don't look to the past. Forgive yourself for your for your shortcomings and use them as lessons. Don't beat yourself up. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. And guys, your life will be a lot better if you do that. Remember to be comfortable, remember to be happy, and then try to be productive. Don't try to be productive at the expense of your social life and your happiness. You need those things to come first, and then your productivity will come from that. Use those as your foundation, not as something you can cast to the side because, oh, you want to be an entrepreneur, or oh, you want to be a trader who works 14 hours a day. Make sure you have a happy, healthy life. Everything else will fall into place. Anyway, guys, this is going to wrap it up for today's video. I want to do more content like this, and we will do more stuff like this in the future. I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying this little kind of rant I go on because I love doing these. I'll probably start doing more dedicated videos like this once I have a face reveal because it's much easier to express these concepts when I'm able to gesticulate with my hands and my facial expressions. So we'll do that. I'm glad to see you guys did enjoy the live stream. If you did, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and hit the post notification bell if you haven't already. But guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's live stream. I did very much enjoy it, and I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.